Hi friends, welcome to Storytime with Miss Anne. This week we're going to be reading all about Easter and the true meaning of Easter, which is Jesus. And we're going to find out all about what Jesus did for you and for me and for everyone in the whole wide world. It's so exciting. So I'm going to start this week with my story called The Easter Story. While Jesus was on earth, he healed the sick and taught people all about God. So everywhere he went, men and women, boys and girls wanted to meet him. One day he had to go to Jerusalem to celebrate a feast day. As he rode into town on a donkey, a crowd ran out to meet him. Look at all those people. Some shouted, "Blessed is the King!" and they put their coats down in his path. Others waved palm branches and sang songs. The leaders were jealous. They did not like Jesus. "Look how the people follow this man," they whispered. "We must find a way to get rid of him." Oh no. That night, Jesus ate the Passover feast with his friends. He knew it would be the last meal that they would eat together. He didn't want them to forget him, so when the food was passed around, he turned to them and said, "When you eat this bread and drink this wine, remember me." And there's all his friends. Jesus knew the jealous leaders would take him away soon. He also knew someone was sitting in the room that would turn him in. "Who is it, Lord?" asked John. And Jesus answered, "The one I give the bread to." And as he passed the loaf to Judas, Judas whispered an excuse, and he left. Oh no. After dinner, Jesus and some friends went down to a garden. Jesus knew that he would suffer and die, so he was very sad. "I am going to go and pray now," Jesus said. "Please keep watch." And his friends said, "Yes, Lord." But oh no, they fell asleep. Jesus knelt and he closed his eyes. "Father, you can take away this cup of suffering that has come," he said, "sorry, but I will do whatever you want." And then Jesus got up and went back to his friends. Did Jesus want to go through all that hurt and that pain? I don't think so. Suddenly, a great group of soldiers marched up to Jesus. Judas was with them. He ran over to Jesus and greeted him with a kiss. This was the signal for the soldiers to arrest Jesus. And when they did, his friends left him and they ran away. Why do you think they ran away? Do you think they were scared? I would be. Jesus was brought before the leaders. Some people told lies about him, but they had no proof. So the leaders could not charge him with anything wrong. And then they asked, "You say you are the Son of God, is that true?" Well, Jesus answered them, and he said, "Well, I am." This made the leaders very angry. "This man is guilty of a terrible offense. He said he is God's son when he is not." They shouted, "For this he must be punished." But isn't he God's son? I think he is. Do you think he is too? Well, they turned Jesus over to Pilate and the Roman governor, and it was decided that Jesus must die on the cross. But first, he had to carry the cross a long way to a place called Calvary. The cross was very heavy, and Jesus fell 3 times. His friends could not do anything but look on and cry. That would make me very sad. Well, Jesus died soon after. His friends took his body and they buried it in a brand new tomb. They rolled a big stone in front, but the leaders were still afraid. They remembered that Jesus said that he would rise again in 3 days. So they gave an order for a soldier to guard the tomb night and day. They were even afraid that Jesus could do the things that he said. Well, a few days later, some friends went to Jesus' tomb. The big stone was rolled away. "It's empty!" they shouted, and when they looked in, they saw an angel. And the angel said, "Jesus is not here. He is risen." So they ran off to tell all the others. What exciting news! Jesus was alive again. After Jesus rose from the dead, he visited all his friends who were very happy to see him. Before he left for heaven, he told them to spread the good news of God's love to everyone. Because Jesus died and rose again, he earned us a place in heaven. And that is why we celebrate Easter. Because we get to go to heaven. Now, can you answer these questions? What did Jesus ride when he came into Jerusalem? It had 4 legs. It was gray. It had some big floppy ears. That's right, it was a donkey. Now, what did Jesus give to his friends at the Last Supper? Remember, they were all around the table, and Jesus gave them 2 things, something to drink and something to eat. What did he eat? Bread. And he gave them wine to drink. What mean man turned Jesus over to the mean leaders? This one's kind of hard. His name starts with a J. Judas. Judas turned Jesus over. What did the mean leaders ask Jesus at his trial? They said, "Are you really the Son of God?" They wanted to know if Jesus would say he was the Son of God. And my last questions. Easter morning, some friends went to go see Jesus' body. And what did they see when they came to the tomb? It was big. It looked a little like a human. And it kind of glowed yellow. Do you see it? Oh, they saw an angel. Very good. That was great listening. Thanks for joining me today. I will see you back again tomorrow.